Hey guys, this is Jessica with Whispers of Grace Healing. I don't have too long, but I just wanted to hop on real quick and um, talk about some resistance and challenging things that I've been noticing coming up. We've been talking about meeting resistance and forms of communication. Like, communication is so important right now. There's a lot around the throat chakra that is happening, and speaking our truth clearly, calmly, and accurately is so important right now. um, I feel like a lot of this has to do with our personal relationships, which I have been feeling and noticing for quite some time now. I feel like this has been going on, if not weeks, a couple months, um, where a lot of our personal relationships and speaking our personal truth, like, there's a lot of moments that are coming up to challenge you in a way. Like, things are going to be triggering you to challenge how you hold yourself in a stressful time, um, and not giving in to the chaos or the emotional attachment to pain, and choosing love, understanding, and compassion, and really being able to talk clearly in order to settle whatever the trigger is. Um, I feel like a lot of personal relationships are either going to suffer or get stronger. This is going to be one of those moments where you either make it through the storm, which, just remember, this too shall pass. I mean, any relationship that is important to you right now, and it might not be all of them, but there will be some personal relationships in your life that you're going to start noticing either energetic resistance or miscommunication. There might be some um, animosity, or uh, I feel like a lot of it is due to perception and delivery of things being said, or whatever message needs to be shared. So a lot of it is in the delivery, which could trigger something. It might not even be that serious of a conversation, but due to the way it was delivered, could bring up a lot of emotion for you. And it's going to be very important that you not immediately give in to the emotional reaction, but just kind of take a step back and realize that the delivery really has nothing to do with you, and to not take it personal, right? Not taking it personal is going to be a huge key player in how this unfolds for you. So if this is someone that you care about, whether that be a friend, family member, romantic partner, um, I think it's really important, if you want to strengthen your bond, open, honest communication is going to be a saving grace at this point. But if you feel like you can't have the conversation directly without being emotionally charged, or feeling the need to defend, right? Like, um, if you feel like you're going to jump into an emotional reaction that's going to fuel the fire, take a step back, breathe, reflect, meditate. Um, it's okay to say, listen, this is an emotionally charged situation. I don't think that I can have this conversation with you right now without adding to the fuel. So let me take a step back, let me process. I'll come back to this when I'm ready. But the conversation will need to be had either way. And this is not a good time to really overlook things or to bypass. This is a time to lean in, to dig, to connect, and to really get to the root of the issue. And don't assume that you are right. Same for the other person. Doesn't mean that you're right or you're wrong. It just means that there are two different perceptions, and it could be due to certain belief systems and um, patterns that they have that, or you have, that are clashing and not coinciding. And it's really important to remember that it is okay for people to have differences of opinion or belief. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to see things the same way in order for you to be in each other's lives. Sometimes it's okay to agree to disagree. And but I think one of the big things is too, if you have a certain belief system that does not match with someone else, and this is someone you care about, and maybe it doesn't really necessarily have um, anything to do with your day-to-day life, so it might not really be that big of a deal, but it's still something you're passionate about and you believe in, then I think it's really important to remember it's okay for y'all to have uh, differences in opinion, but it's not, I don't think that it's fair to try to convince someone to leave their opinion, or that their opinion or belief is wrong because it does not match yours. That's where the delivery and the misperception can get really messy, and a lot of those triggers can happen, right? You know, we want people to understand where we're coming from, why we believe what we believe, but we don't need them to accept or change their belief or their view of it, and come to our side because we're right. That your truth is your truth and their truth is their truth. And I think that's where we accept and support where our loved ones are at the time. And maybe that will change, but at this certain moment, I think it's really just about if the answer isn't love, we're asking the wrong damn question. And I think that's what a lot of people are getting caught up in, because there's so much fear and separation right now that we want to point the finger, we want to blame, we want someone to take accountability for the chaos that's going on and the chaos that's going within. Like, and we have to take accountability for what we're putting out. That's the bottom line. I think it's super, super important. Um, I'm still having some sinus stuff, but I'm feeling much better. But, you know, and two, guys, I'll say, you know, a lot of the stuff too, I've been noticing, even on a physical level, there's like, I can tell you just this weekend and Saturday in particular, not only was it rough energetically, I mean, I was meeting challenge after challenge, and it emotionally drained me all day, but it was also physical too. I mean, I have not been this clumsy since I was a child, but I hurt myself 3 times in one day. My equilibrium was off. I was unbalanced, and probably because of the emotional stuff, I wasn't, you know, fully here, and I was in my head all day long and processing. It was all processing and trying to um, give my trigger its space, right? and not like fueling it, but soothing it. And just remembering that even if I don't see eye to eye with this original conversation, that it's okay for us to have the difference of opinion. Um, but I still love and respect this person, and regardless, like, this has nothing to do with us, and I'm not gonna let that disrupt what we have going on, and it already took enough time not doing it. So you've got to pick and choose your battles wisely. And when you are emotionally and mentally off, you might notice that it's going to start coming out in physical forms, where it's going to be um, minor bumps and bruises, basically, but enough to shock you out of yourself, because that's what it did for me. Um, it always seemed to be in a moment that I was frustrated, not fully present, or just kind of being in my feels, and it would shock me out of my mental space and be like, no, back to reality. Yes, this is uncomfortable. Yes, this hurts, and that's okay. And tomorrow is a new day, and we're just going to make the most of it, right? And that's all you can do. But I think it's really important to embrace the storm right now. Give yourself the time and space to process your emotions correctly, and remember discernment, patience, and understanding through the triggers with your loved ones right now. Yes, I'm telling you, I knew this was going to be a collective thing. I've been seeing it kind of going through the last few weeks to even a couple months, but it just seems like there's a lot of wake up calls that are happening, and a lot of challenges. There's a lot of friction right now, and it's really challenging us to show up in the most positive way that we can. And even if we give in to the emotional trigger, even if we pour a little fuel on the fire, it's really important that you take accountability for what you're putting out, and understand we're all human. It's okay. But don't be afraid to check yourself. Don't be afraid to apologize if you happen to play into it, or maybe you said something that you didn't really mean, but you said in the heat of the moment. And really ask yourself, where maybe am I not speaking fully into my truth? Where am I not being confident in what I'm portraying? Are you letting people push their beliefs and their opinions and not really speaking up for yourself because you're scared of the confrontation? Can you have a civil conversation with someone that might not see your point of view, but still be open and respectful to the other person, to see why they feel the way they feel about the situation, right? And I think once we get to the deeper understanding and really opening up to why, like, and that's been another thing. It's making me want to understand why people feel this way, why this belief system is so strong for them, and how is it possibly closing them off, because it's there's like pain there. There's a strong emotional reaction to the belief, and someone trying to possibly challenge that. And I think a lot of people are used to that, of, this is my belief, oh no, you don't see it that way, defend. And I don't think that that's the proper way to go about it. I have been able to sit down with strong Catholic belief holders and tell them I'm a psychic medium, and that I talk to dead people, and I read energy, and I'm a healer, and I do all these things that they would consider a complete sin, right? They think you're doing witchcraft and all these things that, aren't of God. And me and this woman were able to have full blown conversation and really be able to connect to each other on a different level because we were open. It wasn't defensive in any way. We asked questions, we leaned into each other, and I've actually been able to connect with a lot of people who before very much had a strong emotional reaction to what I am able to do because of the way that we have been perceived throughout history, right? Through the organized religion, we have been taught that this is wrong and not of God. So, the church teaches you to protect yourself against these people, and here I come with my light, and I'm like, yeah, it's all good. I'm just love. And they're like, well, maybe this isn't so bad. Maybe it isn't the devil's work, right? And all I'm doing is planting the seed and opening the door for people who have different beliefs and different views of, life and what is right and wrong, and just kind of changing it up. And that's all we can do. That's all we can do is just show up as love, and whatever's going to be is going to be. And, we're going to fall off the wagon sometimes, and that's okay. But just take the time to sit with your emotions, sit with your trigger, process, and then come up with a solution, right? If it's something you can't meet eye to eye, or, it's just going around and around and it's causing more tension, you gotta be able to openly communicate with your loved one to say, okay, this is where I'm at, this is where you're at, and maybe that will change, later down the road, but how can we come back together right now and understand each other from where we are at this moment in time and move forward? That's the thing. We got to keep moving forward. If you start slipping back into old ways and old patterns and all the things that you've already overcome due to the fear of conflict, you're only hurting yourself, guys. And it's not going to enhance your personal relationships if we keep falling back into our old ways that are based on fear. So just be gentle with yourself. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. But it's just really, I feel like it's really important that I talk about this. And if y'all have any questions, or, and I'm not sure what's going on planetary wise, I'm sure that there's something going on, because it seems pretty heavy and pretty intense at times. It's kind of coming in waves. So if anyone does know what's going on out there that might have to do with this stuff, I know there's been a lot around Mars going on lately for quite some time. Mars has been talking to me and Haven a lot. So, but if there is anything that's going on out there, y'all know I don't understand astrology so much. So if anyone knows what's going on there, please leave it in the comments. Hey, Mauricio. Elizabeth, this election, which I am actively disconnected to, has made me want to move from division to connection through creative. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I completely understand what you're saying. I feel like it is for me too, because unity is so important to me right now. And I feel like with all the division and the separation that's being encouraged, and listen, guys, it's not just now. This has been going on forever. It's all through our history. And I think that's why I feel so strongly to really reiterate not only the whole unity and remembering these are our brothers and our sisters. Everyone is a mirror for us, and each of us are playing our parts, and that's why it's okay to have differences of opinion. We're not all the same. We don't all want to be the same. So quit the judgment and the pointing fingers and the blaming because people don't see it your way. There are going to be people, that's who you align with, and then there are other people that are playing the other side of that, and that's just the balance of what this world was made to create. And and that's the thing, you don't want someone trying to steal your truth. Don't be trying to steal others. Treat others as you want to be treated. So if you want to be treated with understanding, respect, and having space held for you, having an open floor to communicate your emotions and your thoughts and your truth, you have to be able to do the same. You have to be able to do the same. So just do your best, and if you fall off the wagon, it's okay. Realign, okay? Um, yeah, I haven't, honestly, guys, I have not been watching much YouTube. Obviously, I haven't even been posting. Um, it's all changing a lot for me, and I'm not sure how this is all going to unfold, but I definitely, when I feel it's necessary, I will definitely update everybody. But yeah, so, I mean, y'all just gotta flow with it, guys. Just flow with it. And um yeah, I'll definitely check out K Moon for new updates on the astrology, though. um I just kind of feel my way through life. I mean, even if I understand the planetary stuff going on, it might help. It will help us understand what's actually going on and why it's being triggered right now, I guess. So, um, but yeah, if there's anything that y'all would like to discuss, or things, if this is something that you've been noticing going on in your life, drop me a comment. Let me know what's been challenging you at this time. What kind of resistance are you meeting? And what are you struggling with? If maybe we can do a Q&A, and I can answer some questions later. Um, Maybe drop some tools of how to work through these things, okay? And so, but yeah, so anyway, if y'all need me for anything, and if there's anything y'all need help with, just let me know. And I am still taking personal readings if anyone needs help through their situation. That's probably going to be changing up soon too. Um, but yeah, guys, I love you all so much, and I'm just sending you so much love. And I hope that y'all can just lean in and remember, like, the answers are all right here. Okay? It's all within you. And don't forget to allow love in. Don't resist it. Okay? Um I love you too, Elizabeth. Yes, yeah, I'm really glad we got to connect too. I miss y'all. And yeah, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. And I hope all of you have a wonderful Tuesday, or whatever day you watch this. I just hope you have a beautiful day. If you feel like anyone needs to see this or might relate to it, please send it their way. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, and yeah, all that good stuff. But either way, I love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and keep strong. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.